Hello and good afternoon. Today I'm going to show you how to make the quickest little project with minimal amount of fabric very easily. So as you know, my love for pouches, but here is just one of the most, it takes two seams, two rows of sewing, and then around the outer edge, and that's all you have to do. And what we're going to make is a little pouch like this that has two pockets. So you can vary sizes. This one is 6 inches wide. We have similar, which is just 5 inches wide with a shorter flap. And then we have a smaller one, which is a similar width to the middle one, but I've used different dimensions. But I'm going to show you the one that comes in between. So this one starts with a 30-inch length of fabric, which is 6 inches wide. The next one, this one here is 24 inches long, 5 inches wide, and this one is 5 inches wide too. But this one was purely 21 inches long. So I'm going to do one in between here and here. I am going to make it 6 inches wide, and it is 27 inches in length. I have already backed the outer fabric with some G700, which is a woven interfacing. It feels like fabric and it's fusible on one side. And I've already just fused that to the reverse of the fabric. You can use H250, which is the papery interfacing, works just as well. Probably a little bit flatter, but I do like the feel of G700. So this is what we do. Having fused the interfacing to the reverse of the outer fabric, we are going to mark a line from one long edge to the other, 3.5 inches from the end. We're going to mark the next line 3.5 inches from the previous one. Then for the next two lines, we're going to do 3.25 inches from the previous line and 3.25 inches from the previous line there. Now, you don't need to press in advance. I have already folded this once so that you can see. So always start with your interfacing side facing up and fold along that first 3.5 inch line. So we fold it and we press, and this raw edge will actually line up with the 3.5 inch line there. If we then flip it over and fold it along the line here, so just get that raw edge and fold along to there, all the way across, making sure these outer edges line up as well. And then if we flip it back, we can fold along that 3.25 inch line, like so. And then we can either flip it over or look for that drawn line here, which is another 3.25 inch one, and fold it back. And then just make sure that all the folds at this end line up and these edges line up too. If we then flip it to the other side, we've got a long piece as well as our folded section. All we need to do here is bring that short end down to the folded edge and line that up perfectly. And if you get a binding clip just to hold that together at the bottom so that we can make sure these edges align. So you can either start from the top or start from the bottom. I prefer to start at this bottom where all the folds are, purely because it means that these won't shift if we're starting there. So I'm going to pop that under the machine. I'm going to use 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I'm going to stitch with a standard 2.5, 2.6 stitch length. So when we start, we'll do a few stitches and reverse, and then I'm just going to sew all the way. I'm just making sure those line up there, stitch all the way to the end, and reverse at this end too, just to give it a little bit of strength. And then I'm going to flip it over so that I can start at the other side at the folded edge and pop the foot down again, do a few stitches and reverse. And what you'll notice let's take that away, as long as you've folded this all perfectly, you'll get a nice fold along here. It won't be twisted. If it does appear twisted, then refold again so that you get the perfect folding and aligning of those marked lines. So I'm reversing at the end again there. Now, if you, instead of a straight edge flap, like this flap goes straight across, if you wanted it to be curved, what you could do when you've stitched along this side, we could have marked a curve here and then just stitched all the way around and back down the other side, because we would curve it at both sides. But we're just going to have a straight edge. And as I said, this was 27-inch long piece of fabric, and it was 6 inches wide. You could do exactly the same with a 5-inch width of fabric, or just make it as large or as small as you want. The difference will be is the length of the flap. So I'm just trimming this side down a little bit to about 1/8 of an inch and clip off a little bit at that end so that we get a nice crisp point. There we go. And so we just keep, it is slightly bulky down here because we have all those layers where the folds are, and we'll trim to there and then just clip into that without cutting the stitches. Now at the end where there's lots of folds, you'll see you can't get very far. We're going to turn this through to the right side, and it's always this very end piece. When we open it up, we can see we can get into here. So I'm going to put my hand in there, grab those, or the end, the short end, and pull it through to the right side and pull that out completely. And then we're just going to poke out these corners. So I will start by pushing my finger in there to begin with, but as you can see, it doesn't give a very good point at the corners. So we get the majority of it out, and then either a special tool or a kebab stick, something along those lines, just to push that corner out. If you're using scissors like myself, just be careful and use the side of your scissors rather than pushing the point in there. But do that very carefully, and that is going to give you a very nice fold and corner points at the edge of the flap. So having got that, still got the raw edges at the bottom, so push your hand in here, pushing all those, because those folded pieces at the bottom there, push your fingers into there to make sure that is all pushed down. And then we're going to turn this part to the right side as well. So just tuck that pocket in and push your fingers in the inside there, pushing all the fabric down to those corners, like so. And then again, I'm just going to push, I might push a pair of tweezers, the end of tweezers, just to push that fabric into the corner, and knowing that I'm not going to push point of anything and break the fabric. Okay, so I am just going to use these and push from the side. That looks much better. And as we will get that pushed out completely. Okay, right, so once that is nicely, it's a little bit curvy because we just need to press. And you can see here, we've got one pocket lower than the other, which is exactly what we want. We'll push our fingers in the inside of these pockets just to make sure the fabric is pushed right down to the bottom. And then I'm just going to give that a little press with a hot iron and even a bit of steam as well, and press into each pocket on the back and on the front. I can see that looks, and then that is altogether different once we've got that pressed. all we're left to do now is to stitch around the outer edge, and we can start wherever we want, but not at a corner point. So I'll start about, I'll start along the bottom edge. I can see this needs just pulling out, whoops, a little bit more. That's better. So let's start along the bottom edge here. I'm doing 1/8 of an inch in from the edge. I'm going to use a 3 stitch length, 3mm stitch length, and just stitch around the edge. So we're going to go the whole way around, and we will lift the presser foot. Now it's quite bulky at that corner, so just give it a little bit of help if it needs it, over the edge of the pockets and around the top edge of the flap, over to that side, and down we come over the bulkier part, but it stitches through there quite well. And one more little stitch, and then hold that piece of thread out of the way and look towards where we started, and just stitch over those first 2 or 3 stitches so that you can't see where you started and where you end. So we can clip that little bit of thread off there, clip those ends off there. Okay, and we've got a nice finish all the way around. So now all we're going to do is fold that flap over, making sure they line up at the edges. And we're going to pop a cam snap in there. So what I like to do is give that a measure. So this starting off at, what did it start off at? 6 inches is now 5.5. So I'm looking at my 2 1/4 inch mark. No, that's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, 2 3/4. So 2 3/4 is the center there. And so I shall make a little hole with my punch. So I've made the mark, punch a hole, and then pull that flap over, line those edges up, and then through that hole I'm going to make a mark for the hole that I need for the second part of the cam snap. So let's just pop that in. There is my mark. Clip that. I always wiggle it around so that it pulls the fabric out. And then we need to find a cam snap which will go well with, I think we'll go for green. So let's have green, an outie and an innie. So there is my outie, whoops, and no, that was my innie. So I just need the outie there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the top flap, we want the button part to be on the outside, and we want the outie to be on the other side. So with our prim pliers, I'm going to put the button into that white holder, pull that down and clench, and then down on this hole on the first pocket, because I've only punched through the first pocket, not the second one. So I'm putting the button inside here to come up in that little hole. And I'm keeping my finger on the inside to hold it in place. Pop the innie on there, and then we'll put our pliers into the button, into the cut part, and press and press over, and there is our pouch made just like that. So again, we have 1 pocket, 2 pocket, and close up, and there's our very neat little purse. So just to compare, this one is the original fabric was 30 inches long, which gives you a flap down to the bottom of the pouch. This one was 27 inches long, which gives you a flap just over halfway. And then this one that was 24 inches long gives you a short flap at the top. But as you can see, all identical in purpose. They have two pockets for popping whatever you like in there. So if you remember, the only things you need to know are your markings at 3.5 from the end, and another 3.5, and then a 3 1/4 and a 3 1/4. 4 markings, easy peasy. 3.5, 3.5, 3 1/4, 3 1/4, and always start folding with the wrong side of your fabric, the interfacing side. If you start folding from there, backwards and forwards, your results will be perfect every time. So thanks for watching and enjoy your weekend, hopefully making lots of these pouches.